them. And then this one to me, after you take that, very easy decision for Raiders at 4. Quinnen Williams on the board there. Need anyone basically along the defensive lines in need at this point for the Oakland Raiders. Quinnen Williams, the Alabama defensive tackle. Freakishly athletic, freakishly productive, highest single season grade we've ever given to a defensive tackle in our college grading system. So that to me, fantastic pick. Fantastic way this draft looks like it's going to play out with the quarterback going above where the Raiders are picking. They're going to be getting a good player at 4.
The Raiders, if they have a strength on the defensive line, though, is also on the interior. So that's swayed me a little bit.
I mean,
they
have Maurice Hurst. It's like that's about. It's hardly a strength.
Nobody on your roster is going to keep you from drafting Quinnen Williams. All right, you're up now again.
24 Raiders on the clock. Left me with, let's see, the highest players left on our board right now. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Darnell Savage, Christian Wilkins. I already went defensive tackle, though. Elgton Jenkins high on the board, but they already have a good center there in Oakland. So this one's tough. I'm not exactly sure where I want to go on this board. Darnell Savage doesn't make a ton of sense after you sign LaMarcus Joyner. Already have Carl Joseph on the roster. I might end up going and reaching for a cornerback here because of the positional value. We have these guys a little lower on our board.
It's not a reach, though.
But I'm not. I was going to say, I don't think it's a huge reach down compared to the other guys on our board, and especially with what they could, with the need they have there. So I'm going to pencil in a big-bodied, long corner with some perceived upside here. Amani Oruwariye out of Penn State. Fantastic athlete. Did the best of any of the corners in the 101s at the Senior Bowl. Very smooth hips. Some projection. Did not have the highest grade last season for Penn State, but I love the traits translating to the NFL. And again, a guy who might not have it year one, but I think can develop into that guy down the road in a value position for Oakland.
Definitely like Oruwariye. And again, if you're building long-term, look, our analytics guys would be saying the whole draft board is going to be QBs and corners in the first. If a guy's a second-round corner, move him up to the first from a value standpoint. Then it's not a bad pick because we put a second-round grade on him.
And then the Raiders up on the clock at 27. I already had a tough time with the pick before this with their pick of Amani Oruwariye. I am going to go a little off the board here. A little, not off the board, but off the wall here, and reach for a guy that I kind of like his potential, but Hakeem Butler.
Really?
Out of Iowa State. Pair him with Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams, the big-bodied guy in that offense. Just give Garrett Carr basically no excuse in that offense. If he doesn't do it with this group, he's probably not going to be your guy. Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams, Hakeem Butler. That's going to be getting off the bus. That looks good.
So that I like. And again, if you're following along at home with our draft board, you'll see we have Hakeem Butler behind 2 other receivers on our top 50 board right now. Indy Isabella, the wide receiver from UMass, and Marquise Brown from Oklahoma. But Isabella and Brown are both speed, undersized outside guys. So you just went more stylistically Hakeem Butler to fit in that offense over the 2 guys that are above the board.
Yes.
So that's where best player available does. It takes a bit of a turn because scheme fit and current roster fit do matter. That you don't always just go down the board because you have to fit all these pieces in.
It's just going to be tough to guard all 3 of those if you're looking at an opposing defense from a matchup perspective. What kind of answer do you have for Brown, Williams, and Butler?
That's where I feel good about Hakeem Butler coming off the board. That's where I feel pretty good.